Good evening and welcome to Drakkenheim. This is the Dungeon Dudes weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition live stream campaign. My name is Monty Martin, running the campaign as Dungeon Master.
And I'm Kelly McLaughlin, playing Sebastian Crow, the half-elf shadow sorcerer. And we're joined today by our good friends
Jill Denitis playing Veosenia, the Tabaxi Gloomstalker Ranger.
And Joe O'Gorman playing Pluto Jackson, the Human Battlemaster.
Thank you for joining us once again. If you are just tuning in for the very first time, Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday on our YouTube channel where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for Dungeon Masters and guides for players. Check us out at youtube.com/dungeondudes.
You can also join us Tuesday nights when we record the campaign live on Twitch. Check us out at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube.
We are also very pleased to announce that Dungeons & Drakkenheim is now available as an audio-only podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. So if you want to take Drakkenheim with you on the go and just listen to us play, check it out on your favorite podcast sources.
Yeah, and don't forget to take a look at the links below for your favorite Dungeon Dudes merch at our Teespring store. You can find the links below, or you can take a look at bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch for all your faves like Troll Killer.
With that, let's return to the ruins.
Drakkenheim is no more. Struck by a falling star, the city bathed in eldritch fire on that woeful eve. The tumultuous aftermath brought chaos, families torn asunder, and a kingdom shattered. 15 years later, monsters stalk the haunted streets of Drakkenheim. Caught amidst rival factions struggling to rule the rubble, 3 unlikely partners venture forth into the crumbling city in search of riches, renown, and revenge.
Welcome back to the ruins of Drakkenheim. When last we left our heroes, they had solidified their position with the Amethyst Academy, been showered with many rewards from the Academy as a result, and had made their way back to the barracks at Shepherd's Gate to meet with the Hooded Lanterns. There, many pieces of news have changed hands between them, not the least of which is that it seems that by order of the Hierarch in the far-off city of Lumen in Illyria, an army will march on Drakkenheim to arrive in a few weeks, perhaps even a few months, to assault the city in the name of the Sacred Fire. What this bodes for our heroes as they tangle with both the followers of the Falling Fire, the Queen of Thieves, the Silver Order, and the Academy, it remains to be seen, but our heroes have figured out their next objectives with the help of Jupiter Jones. They have a lead on on another location for one of the old badges of the small council of Drakkenheim, of which they now only have one, again, the Staff of Power of the Archmage, which is a badge of office of the city. That entrusted to Sebastian Crow by the permission of the Amethyst Academy so that they can work towards restoring the monarchy of Westamar. There is much uncertainty amongst the soldiers of the Hooded Lanterns at now having a group of Caspians and formerly Illyrians staying with them in the City Watch barracks, but you know, the commotion of this shift in allies, there's some grumbling amongst the troops of AO, but they understand that the situation is shifting on a dime these days.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely chaotic out there, and, you know, my troops know that, you know, as the wind blows, that's how things change.
Caspians are still learning their footing as they come to Drakkenheim, so be patient with them. They learn slow, but they are valiant warriors, and they are to be trusted.
And it's so good that the Amethyst Academy has entrusted me with this Staff of Power that represents one of the badges of Drakkenheim, because everything that the Amethyst Academy has entrusted into my will has done well for us and not fallen into wrong hands.
Yeah, and you're totally going to give it back, right?
Yes.
When I'm done with it, I promise I'll return it.
When that may be.
Unless they just need me to keep my position as Archmage of the Amethyst Academy here in Drakkenheim, in which case maybe I just hang on to it for a while. But we'll see. Well, I mean, we'll see. You know, maybe we'll elect me as the Archmage, see where things go.
I'd vote for you.
Thanks.
I'll vote for you.
And I mean, you're the Lord Commander, and you're
I'm here.
you're Pluto Jackson. So
Yeah.
it's got to count
Yeah.
for something.
I take my position.
You're darn right.
You know.
All right, the muscle. The muscle.
As you discuss, the former Lord Commander, now the Lieutenant Captain, the Lieutenant Commander, Elias Drexel, approaches your group in the barracks, and he says, "I've got a few troops ready. Scouts are coming back from the field, reporting the various movements in the city. We've had a lot of difficulty controlling things through the city streets. Not that we ever have had any control, but we have word that there are many groups moving through the city streets now. There have been sightings of both cavalry ranging out from the Silver Order deep into the city. There are skirmishes between the Silver Order and the followers of the Falling Fire, and we have seen more activity from what we can only assume are those in thrall to the Queen of Thieves. There's been more bandits, there's been more looting, more raiding, and even our scouts have run afoul of a few of their groups. There's a lot more rattlings through the areas as well, a few odd bands of gnolls and some other monsters, but as long as we move quickly through the city, things are safer than they have been before. The main roads, particularly between here and the clock tower, we keep that well patrolled. That's where I've had most of the patrols going. If we want to move towards the Common House and see if we can find anything remaining in the Lord Mayor's offices, we should have a good opportunity to head out there.
Sounds good. I think chaos is going to get worse before it gets better in the city, and I think if our men keep their eyes and ears open rather than getting into the battles, I think it'll be better for our numbers.
Absolutely. Lord Commander, if I may ask, there's a few matters that we need to discuss to finalize our transferal of power, if you will. I would ask that myself and the Queen and you meet privately before we take on this mission.
All right. I mean, yes, of course. Do my duty. Sorry, guys.
Jumping up and down, like cheering.
Meet with all of us privately sounds good.
No, just the Lord Commander. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, we know. We'll be. You can just yell if you need us.
Pork chops, if something happens.
Shall
I'm
we
sure
head
it'll
up
be
to your offices? The Queen will meet us there.
fine. Let's go see Her Majesty.
Do you want to go get a drink?
Yeah, let's go get a drink.
And food.
I'll bring back some food. You want to try holding my...
Elias Drexel heads up the stairs, leading you the way to where the Queen's apartments and now your offices are.
Yes, I have an office.
And Ansem and Petra are outside the doors.
Hey.
And they have a chest between them. And the Lord Commander says to you, first of all, I took the liberty of contacting your friend's father. Tobias Crow is a skilled smith, and he helped us prepare this for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. I appreciate that.
And Petra and Ansem open up the chest, and there is a suit of glittering half-plate armor fitted for you, swaddled in a cloak. And Petra and Ansem pull up the cloak. It's a green cloak with gold trim, and on the back of it is a coat of arms. And the Lord Commander says, we all put our heads together to think about, well, you're a lord now. You need a coat of arms. I hope you like it. And the coat of arms is 2 fish, each shot through with 2 arrows on top of a shield.
It's the best thing I could have asked for. I'm not crying, you're crying.
The Queen believes that we should arrange an estate for you, but I think we're a little bit far off from such a thing.
Don't worry about that. In these times, we're not really about holding, states and manners and all that such. Just give me my clock tower and I'll be fine.
We have a few other important matters to discuss. First of all, your office requires an oath before the Queen.
As would many around the city.
And I would like to speak with you personally, as he gestures for Ansem and Petra to leave. Your friends, Sebastian and Paluto, are brave. But Paluto is a Caspian prince, and Sebastian is now a member of the Amethyst Academy. Their loyalty to Westamar and to Drakkenheim is in conflict.
To a point.
They are our most powerful allies, without a doubt. But they could have a conflict of interest that worries me. I just wanted you to know that I was worried about that.
Well, thank you for being honest with me. I will take it into consideration when we're doing dealings with the others, but I can tell you without a doubt their first and foremost priorities are to help this city. Help it through the guise of the Academy and through Caspia, but to help the city nonetheless.
I understand. I also am not convinced that you made the right choice in siding with the Amethyst Academy. I feel that our allies that we had in the Silver Order had earned a bond of blood for the work that they did with us in the field. And I regret that we are now going to have to order our men to kill them.
I agree. It was a tough decision. But those unwilling to compromise for the sake of union are not having our best interests in mind. And although we did go to battle with them, battle is not the only thing that makes a new city.
I agree. And they wanted to burn the city to the ground. And they still do. And I don't want that.
Exactly.
At the same time, I'm not entirely convinced the Amethyst Academy has the best interest of Drakkenheim at heart. And I'm worried that they're going to try to influence the Queen, you, or our other allies in some way, so that they can profiteer off the circumstances of the city.
I wouldn't be surprised by this either. What they're looking for is delirium. And unfortunately, to get their help, their strong help, in getting any semblance of normalcy back to the city, the delirium is what we're going to have to give them.
I understand. Curse that rock.
It's brought us nothing but trouble, but I think we're moving, and Sebastian is really an ally on this, moving towards understanding where it came from. We actually have some ins with speaking to his dead mother through magic. And we're trying to get some information from that to understand, maybe prevent something like this from happening in the future in our world.
If it ever happened again, that'd be something else entirely. There's one last thing, a bit of a personal matter that I wanted to discuss with you. Just make sure that you're aware of this before you take your oath of office. I know for some time that you have the belief that your father is still alive. That's a fine belief to hold on to. We all need something worth fighting for. And I'm not going to question you on that. As Lord Commander, you are barred from possessing his seal.
Huh. Okay. Well, luckily I don't have it at this moment. But
I just wanted you to know that, should we retrieve it, that the laws of Drakkenheim and of the Crown were such that none who possess one of the badges of office may hold another under their command.
okay. I will be mindful of this when we retrieve it. I'm going to put my feline energy into making sure that we're going to get them back.
I know that object meant a lot to you and that you kept it safe for many years. And if we do get it back, I just thought that you should know before there was any confusion.
Makes sense. Thank you for letting me know. I think as much as my father's badge means that much to me, I think his memory holds more value to me than an object. And I think as long as it goes into the right hands, somebody who values Drakkenheim as much as he did, I think that I should be okay with passing on that legacy to someone.
Regardless, we'll need the badges.
Of course.
We only require a few to access the secret tunnels that lead into Castle Draken. But we need all of them to exercise the power of the throne itself.
Do you know more about this power?
That's a secret only kept by the royal family.
Of course. Does the queen know?
I don't know, and if she does, it's not my business to know. I only know that the power of the throne brings with it command of the defenses of the city and some other magical wards that are in place that could be useful to us should an assault come to our gates.
Of course. My worry is that if something happens to the queen before then, is there someone to pass on that knowledge to the new rightful ruler?
This is our key move that we need to play and that we need to hold the Academy to account. We have those documents, we have the phylacteries of the royal family.
Yes.
We need to get them to act on that and see if they can find or locate one of the heirs.
We may and do have information about one of the heirs. And we believe that he's on his way here, actually.
George.
Yes. But we need to prove it. And I think by getting the Academy to help us with this, we can make sure that with all this madness going on with the Paladins, that we are solidified in our union of knowing who is the rightful heir.
If he is indeed a rightful heir, he's a boy. But that will be what we need. We will need to reclaim the badges, bring him to the throne, retake the castle, and then we will be able to defend our sovereignty. We will be able to defend our nation.
So our objective now is to get as much information about the badges. We know the queen has many.
If we have an heir, if we have the badges of office, if we restore the small council, we will be able to rally the noble houses of Westamar. They will come to our aid and they will bring their forces, and we will be able to repel the Illyrians, especially with the aid of Caspia.
And you think that that alone will be enough to stop an army?
It will be enough to face an army. And it might very well make the Illyrians withdraw if Westamar can present a military power once again. We haven't been able to do that for almost half a decade because of the civil wars.
Yes. We've been wounded, but we're starting to grow back. And I think if we can get to that point, then we can put up a front and at least hope that they're not willing to push further.
We need to think beyond Drakkenheim now. There are many objectives we can achieve here, but solidifying our hold over the castle and the throne will allow us to pull in the resources that we so desperately need from outside. For years, I have been trying to get more support from the nobles, but they believed it was a lost cause. Now we can show them that it's not.
Are there still nobles left in the city?
In Drakkenheim, no.
They're scattered.
Very few noble houses survived the destruction of the city. But that's not all the nobles in Westamar.
Yes.
The other great cities of Westamar, the other noble houses. Effectively, what was Westamar is now a bunch of city-states. The dukes and barons all throughout the provinces exercise their own power, but they won't send resources to the city. They've sent some men and materials over the years, but that's been a trickle. But if we show them that we've achieved our mission here, they will support us.
Okay. So the castle is key, and we need to begin solidifying that. Okay. I think it's a good plan to start, and as we get news, I think the scouts are going to be key in providing us information as things change, just in case we need to adjust our strategy.
Sounds good. Are you ready to take your oath?
Of course.
He leads you into the office where the queen is waiting in her royal gowns, and she holds out a book and a rod. The book is one of the holy scripts of the sacred fire, and she holds out her hand in one and the book in the other, and he says, place one hand on the queen's hand, the other on the text. If you are ready to say the oath, repeat after me. I, Veosenya, do solemnly swear
that
I will defend the kingdom of Westamar against all enemies.
I will defend the kingdom of Westamar against all enemies.
That I will hold unswerving loyalty and allegiance to the throne.
That I will hold unswerving allegiance and loyalty to the throne.
And that I will discharge the duties of Lord Commander that I am about to enter.
I will discharge the duties of Lord Commander which I am about to enter.
Before the flame.
Before the flame.
Before the queen.
Before the queen.
And upon my life.
And upon my life.
It is done.
Ooh.
Put on your uniform. Wear it proudly.
Will do.
So we'll get the others back in here. The suit of armor is effectively a suit of mithril half-plate.
Mithril half.
So it is considered medium armor, but because of its mithril property, it won't give you any disadvantage on stealth checks.
Mithril. Do I have to search for something specific?
You should be able to find mithril half-plate in D&D Beyond. And the armor itself has the mantle and the cloak attached to it. It is, and they've made for you the image of the coat of arms is on the front of is engraved on the armor as well, and on there's like the cloak is held in place by two pins that are made with a fish and a arrow.
Oh!
Were you wearing that when we left?
Look how shiny I am! So official looking.
I just missed most of the description, so I'm just going to pretend.
So Veo has a new suit of armor. It is a suit of mithril half-plate that has been ordered through Tobias Crow.
Oh.
And as you went down, you were introduced because River has brought your family to the barracks. And Tobias Crow has been voluntold to work for the Hooded Lanterns.
Oh. No.
He volunteered,
Okay,
and he's prepared this armor for Veo. It is a suit of mithril half-plate that has her coat of arms upon it. And Veo's official, as a lord, Veo's coat of arms is a shield with two circling fish, both impaled with arrows.
Nice. It suits you.
So that's on the front of the armor, and she's got pins that hold a cloak in place that are a little fish with an arrow. And then on the back of her, she has this green cloak that has the shield on the back of it. And the way that the cloak is made is the shield on the back is quartered, because two of the quarters have your personal coat of arms, and the other two quarters have the coat of arms of the royal family on them, as befits the Lord Commander, that you are allowed as a vassal of the von Kessel family to wear both their coat of arms and yours beside each other.
Just brings a tear to my eye.
Speaking of, we went and had drinks and food. We brought you a fish.
Yes, Mom.
Oh,
It's gone.
Yum.
Fast.
wow.
Looking snazzy though.
Yeah.
It's shiny.
As it befits my coat of arms. Dead fish, you know.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yes.
So what
Yeah,
did you
you look
talk
great.
about?
Yeah, gossip.
So many important things. I mean, I'll tell you. Well, we have a
Okay.
fireside chat.
Okay, cool.
We'll have a fireside chat.
Good. Sounds good.
As you head down, River pulls you aside, Sebastian, and says, "If you're interested in knowing what went down with Veo and the Lord Commander, don't worry, we're pretty much watching the Queen at all times now.
Good.
You should keep that in mind, by the way. There are others in the Silver Order and in the Falling Fire that may be doing similar things. You might want to keep private meetings and important discussions to the tower itself. It is warded against such prying eyes."
Okay, fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. We'll try to move our huddles into the Academy Tower. Seems like a long way to go, and we have to go through all that haze just to chat. Is there any way that we can ward other locations?
Do you...
Clock time.
Oh, cast telepathic bond. We'll just keep it in our minds.
That would be one way of carrying out your meetings. Beyond that, if you know any spells like non-detection, the Academy could also fashion for you amulets that would ward you. But again, our resources are restricted in this regard.
For now, if we're going to have a meeting, I'll do telepathic bond and we can converse through that.
We also have a secret language we've been working on that's mostly shapes and yells. We draw shapes and we yell at each other.
Listen, I'll just teach you thieves' cant, and then we can
It's not just that,
talk that way.
River says. Lucretia Matthias and others amongst the Falling Fire are powerful seers, and they may be using their own forms of magic against us as well.
Guys, use your magic.
Magic is so tricky. Like, you can't talk with anybody without wondering, is that the Queen of Thieves? Is Lucretia Matthias hovering above us watching? Like, I don't know. It's...
All right, I have a solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not be secret about our plans. And just tell them straight up we're going to punch them in the face.
You're right. We will go work with the Queen of Thieves and Lucretia Matthias and form a new, wonderful Drakkenheim under their image.
Yeah, we're secretly plotting against everyone.
With that, what is your next move?
Well,
Lord Commander, we do have Jupiter Jones and his mission. Was there any other mission that was important for us to undertake?
the badges.
That's Jupiter Jones' mission, right?
Yep. That's... I mean, the same mission we've had all along. Keep on that track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back
Cool.
to the mission.
Voices. I thought we were people watching us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm really bad at this. Oh, man.
Just told you.
So,
Keep on track on the badges. And I'll tell you more later.
Okay.
When I feel like secret people are watching us.
Can I spend, like, if we are going to discuss, can I cast telepathic bond, like take 10 minutes to...
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Boom. So we're all telepathically bonded.
Cool. Okay.
All right. So Jupiter Jones.
Jupiter Jones. So, the commander had a few things he was talking to me about.
Yeah.
Know that kind of what I said out loud is that the badges are of most importance because if we can get them, they're going to help us defend the city better. Well, maybe not better. Equally as magic bombs would.
Well, if I remember correctly, the having more badges means we control the walls of Drakkenheim. The gargoyles.
We need all the badges.
Oh, all of them. Does that
Sorry.
include the executioner?
Conceivably, yes.
So we need all the badges.
We need all the badges.
So we know that Jupiter Jones has located one.
Yes.
Do we know of the location? Okay, so we know that the Queen of Thieves has 3.
As
At least.
you can kind of surmise, and to kind of recap, if you want to share this information with the rest, from the throne of Castle Draken, the small council and the throne can control the defenses of the city. So while someone that bears only a few of the badges can control things like the gargoyles and the executioner perhaps in proximity, from the throne, they can all be controlled simultaneously.
So if we have an army, if we have an army of paladins about to march on us, if we can get the rest of the badges.
all the badges.
Well, that's what, if get the rest of the badges, take out the Queen of Thieves to get her badges.
Yes.
Obtain all the badges.
And we need the throne. So we need the heir. We actually need the academy to help us solidify who this heir is to get support.
We have an heir,
We
and
do.
he's on the way from Caspia.
We have a supposed heir. Have we magically figured out if he is the heir?
Once he's here, we can figure that out. But I mean, we have the paperwork and everything, so
And we have the phylacteries?
we have the phylacteries, so we can do some
I think
tests.
we need to do those as
Okay.
soon as possible as things start to come together.
Do we still have the phylactery with?
Yes,
Yeah.
those documents you did take, they were in your bag of holding
bag of
that you
holding.
dumped out, and then you had to take them all back.
Casually through the most important documents.
Yeah, so you
DNA
did
and all
bring
that.
those documents.
Is River still around?
Yeah, River is now stationed at the barracks.
Can I quest her with like if I hand her George's phylactery? Do any tests need to be done to prove?
There's various things that can be done, but George doesn't have a phylactery,
Ah,
right?
so we need to wait
Because
till
he
he's
wasn't
here.
born yet.
Yeah.
But with a blood sample and these phylacteries, the Academy can use their magic to determine if he is a legitimate heir.
Can I hand
Yeah.
a couple of the phylacteries over to the Academy then? Through River?
That would be the Lord Commander's decision.
Ah.
Because the phylacteries could also be used to scry and try to find out if any of those heirs are alive.
How about I don't know about that. That's a kind of iffy for me. Because, the Academy has scried before. I mean, if you trust them, then I am putting that trust.
No, but like we could scry to locate the missing heirs.
Okay. I want to be there, though. Or maybe we should be there when that happens.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we'll keep the phylacteries for now.
Okay.
I think I trust you guys, but you're still the people that I trust most.
Good.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we be?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
What
saying.
did you talk about?
There were voiced opinions about trust, and I stood up for you. And I'm just hoping that I put my faith in a good place. I think I did.
And we're all just standing in the hallway with our hands on our eyes.
Like shifty eyes. Like we're all just standing there going,
Listen, y'all.
Yeah.
I trust you. We've eaten together. We've napped together. I see you put Drakkenheim before many of things, and I hope that continues.
it will.
Okay.
It will? Oh man, she gets scary.
As you head out and meet up with Jupiter Jones, and the Lord Commander sees you off, the Lord Commander says, "If you'd like to take any soldiers with you, now is the time to decide."
I think for this mission, based on what we discussed, it's one of our most important pieces that we need. So I think taking a few guys with us, or girls,
How many would you like to bring?
things.
A squad is typically 6.
Yeah, one squad. I'll take
All
one
right.
squad.
So, do you want to bring any of our veterans with you to lead that group?
I think 2 veterans and then 4.
So you want to bring both Petra and Ansem?
Oh, no. Okay. Ansem. I'll bring Ansem
Okay.
and then the rest.
You're going to bring Ansem and then 5 others.
Yes.
Full squad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hi, Ansem.
Sup?
Hey. Hey.
So it's like when you're picking dodgeball teams, you're just like, I'll take Ansem and
Yeah.
Jupiter
And,
Jones says, I heard that there were trolls living at the common house. Sounds like an easy enough fight, but if you'd like me to bring some of my men as well, we can make the quick work of them.
I'm all ears, Jupiter Jones. The more the merrier. We got to get this done fast, and we got to get this done right. What do you think? Who do you want to bring?
I've got 4 good men. You can bring along. We'll leave Lem here.
This is
And
just
you see
getting better
Lem
and
go,
better.
Both me and Lem at the same time.
Like on either side of, like, you're standing behind me and he's standing behind Jupiter Jones.
Are you bringing the big brute too?
Absolutely.
So you can compete with him.
Yeah.
Brutus will come along.
Yes, Brutus.
Yeah. For the record, the Hooded Lanterns have about 150 soldiers, but bringing more than a squadron
Yeah.
is committing significant resources.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that if you want to. It just, the more people you bring with you out into the city, if things go badly, right? Bigger groups moving through the city as well will attract more attention.
More stealth. than
What?
than brute force.
Huh?
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
I drop my helmet and it makes like a loud, like, okay. What?
Take
Okay.
notes, soldiers. Not like that.
Okay, so just to give you guys the high level, as the Lord Commander says, the Lieutenant Commander says, bringing our soldiers with you will give you a good advantage moving through the city streets, because by moving in a large group, it will dissuade lone monsters or groups of ratlings or any surviving gnolls from attacking a large group. The problem with this is that by moving in force with our factions, we make ourselves a target to the Silver Order, the Falling Fire, and potentially the Queen's Men as well. So while moving with our soldiers will give us a larger presence that we could avoid the regular dangers of the city, it invites more conflict and perhaps a counterstrike from the other factions.
Well, then, if it offers any sort of help, any Caspians that will listen to me, I tell them to listen to Veo.
That's fine. It, as the
Maybe
as
to help fill
Elias
the
Drexel
ranks
says,
at home.
it's not about chain of command. It's simply about recognizing the threats. When we move in the city in a large group, the other groups take notice.
Okay.
How many do we have total? 6, 7, 8, 9. Jupiter and his men.
Like, I think if for this squadron, I think that's fine. I don't think we need to work with too many more. My hope is that the Caspians staying at home will help better defend while we pull resources away.
Okay.
So we'll just leave the Caspians on the walls and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I recognize, we have to be careful how many people we bring. So
Okay. So here's how this works. If you are traveling with squadrons, we're not going to check for random encounters. Instead, we're going to check for a counterstrike. I will be making a secret roll to determine if moving with other factions has risen the notice of one of the other factions, and because now you are openly enemies with both the Silver Order, the Falling Fire, and the Queen's Men, you're moving with the Hooded Lanterns, Amethyst Academy, or the Caspians through the city could prompt a counterstrike from them. And so anytime you guys do this, could happen.
deal.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys in? I'm in.
What's the worst that could happen?
No.
How long, time-wise, would it take to travel to this area in the city?
Only about an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Should we set out?
Again, as I said, the advantage of bringing your troops with you is that it mitigates the danger of the city itself, but invites the intervention of the other groups. So if you wanted to, you could say, I want to travel with 5 squadrons of hooded lanterns. But if you do that, the chances of another faction intervening are basically guaranteed.
Yeah. No.
I don't like this graduation from killing monsters to killing friends. I mean, and enemies.
Ex-friends.
Ex-friends. The last thing I said to the knight commander was, I hope we stay friends. And now he's waging war on Drakkenheim. It's highly upsetting.
Yeah,
You
that
know
was
what?
really confusing.
One thing to keep in mind, as much as they were our friends in battle, they're choosing to be on that side to follow those orders. Every single person has a choice when they choose a side, and they're choosing it.
Well said. They can die.
I'm not saying they could die. I'm
murder
just
them
saying
all.
that they're setting their foot in wrong territory, and we have a right to defend our place.
Well, they better not end up on the
They
wrong
signed
side
the waiver
of a
form.
staff of power.
Yeah. Also, my natural explorer, is it negated because we're moving with such a big group, or just certain pieces? still apply?
Effectively, yes. Yeah, if you move with Caspians, they have no capability for stealth. If you bring only hooded lanterns,
Yeah.
they can move with stealth through the city.
It's not per se the stealth piece. It says
Jones
you remain
isn't
alert to
stealthy.
danger even when you're engaged in another activity.
That is fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that still works.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Jupiter, you know how to be stealthy, right?
I know many things about stealth. And the number one thing that I know about stealth is that it's completely unnecessary for a warrior as valiant and true as I.
Aye, aye. That's the spirit. It's good to have some company around.
I really want to visit Caspia. I bet it's a really loud place.
It's just constantly, there's just like horns and siren calls and like animals screaming.
Does everybody sound like you two? Like if I'm walking down the street, there's just like 50 voices being like, I would like some fish today, sir. Great.
Excuse me.
I'm getting a lot of flashbacks to like when we were first, way back when we were at the mill, and I was like, we should be stealthy.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah.
And now there's basically a squadron of them.
And I'm like, you can't even hear
Yeah.
me when I'm walking, and I turn back and clunk, clunk.
To be fair, no one can hear anyone when you're around us. So
Yeah.
everyone gets like almost like advantage on stealth checks when you're around us because we're just so
paying
loud.
attention to you and your clunk
Yeah,
clunk.
yeah. I'm a good distraction.
Interesting.
So you set out from the barracks with the Caspian group, and so Jupiter Jones and Brutus and their men, and Ansem and a group of other hooded lanterns,
And me.
making towards the old common house. The old common house was the seat of the magistrate in Drakkenheim. It was where the Aldermen's Council gathered, the citizen-elected city government of of Drakkenheim. As you head forward to the city, Ansem says, Lord Commander, we've tried a few times to shake out the trolls that are gathered around the common house. There's a pretty sizable group of them, but I think we should be able to take them out. If we do, the city archives are there, including the old records of the sewer system.
Yes. That would be amazing. I mean, we brought the troll killers with us, so I'm not too worried about the trolls, but sewer systems, that would be a big help in
Exactly.
potentially traversing
That's what
the
I'm
city
thinking.
secretly.
Precisely. There's also some maps of the city. Perhaps other municipal records are still left there.
Secret
We should see-
passages.
All the old construction records could all be there.
Secret passages.
Okay.
That
okay.
could be really handy.
I wonder if the sewers, I'm sure the sewers go up to the castle.
So we go kill a bunch of
It
trolls.
wouldn't
for rewards.
surprise me if records pertaining to the castle weren't kept there.
Oh, yeah, probably.
The royal family held their court at the castle. This was a citizen's place, but I mean, The sewers were the responsibility of the city administration, not the castle.
Interesting. All right. Badge. City records.
Okay.
We're getting this badge.
So,
Sewer of trolls.
as you approach, again, you are traveling with the Caspians, so I'm going to have each of you roll me 2d6.
Good.
I like to think me and Pluto are catching up
5
on
and
like
6.
some of our adventures. 5 and 2.
1 and 2.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thanks. I don't know
Alrighty.
what's good anymore.
I know.
You head through the city streets of Drakkenheim. Today, the city itself, it's cold in the city, only about 10 degrees, and the haze is thick, restricting your visibility down the city streets to maybe no more than 300 feet. As always, it is overcast in Drakkenheim and raining. As you travel through the city streets along Shepherd's Way and then down Market Street through the Market Square and past the clock tower. For if we pull up our map of Drakkenheim and just look up on here, I might have marked it. I might not have yet. On the map, just north of the clock tower, there's a plaza. Kind of where the Castle Road and the King's Road intersect from the road from the market. Do you see where I mean?
Yes.
There's kind of like an L-shaped building in there on the map.
Yeah.
That is where the old common house is. Yeah. And so, as I said, it's both the city archive, the magistrate's meeting hall, and also a court of justice for crimes of the citizenry. As you recall, as you pass by the clock tower, you get a nod from the hooded lanterns that are stationed there, and one of them comes out to you as you do so, and they flag you down as you pass the clock tower.
Hello.
Lord Commander,
Yes. That is me.
we've got some reports. There was a group of knights from the Silver Order that have been sighted in the area. They headed north towards the castle, we think.
Towards the castle? Not Old Town?
They both taking this is Castle Road that you'd be heading up. We don't know. We saw them move. There were quite a few of them, and 3 of them were on griffins.
Ooh.
When you say quite a few of them, do you have an estimated number?
About 30.
30.
30.
How many people do we have?
One of the other hooded lanterns turns to the other. I think I saw the blue griffin.
Okay.
Tony.
Guys, don't worry. He is still our friend.
Can I ask a question?
We could try diplomacy.
The scouts, did they see any trolls near the city house?
We haven't scouted up that way yet. We've been trying to hold our position here. We were worried when we first saw them that they were going to attack us, but they moved on and they took the Castle Road out of here. With the fog, we haven't been able to see, although some of the men further up the tower say that they can still see the griffins flying overhead.
I worry that what if they got there first and have whatever it is and they're moving on? This might be a chance that we stop them. I might be wrong, but
No, but we can't let them.
if they have one of the badges and we're going to get there and then find out that they already have it.
Getting
maybe
the
we need-
badges is the key to winning this war.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they know about the badges? How much do they know?
And it's just, and where did they last see them? Or where did they first see them?
They came up from along Temple Road, came through the market square, and headed then towards the Castle Road.
And they didn't stop at all?
Not that we could see.
Okay. Because maybe I'm wrong. But they might be.
Maybe they're just doing some scouting.
But they're onto something. There's no reason for them to
30
move
for
that
scouting? I doubt it.
Okay, well, they're up to something.
Do we follow them? Do we sneak behind them?
Do we try to learn what they're up to?
I think if we're on our path towards the... What?
I don't know, but I'm excited.
I can make us all look like...
All of us?
All of us.
I can make us all look like Silver Order.
Oh. That would be fun.
If we can
We
catch
didn't
up.
even have to sneak.
No, yeah, we don't have to sneak. We just walk out of an alleyway in with them and start talking to them about what their plans are. Okay, we need...
Do you have any like mind reading like magic?
What do I have?
If you wish to do that, and assume the order, the appearance of members of the Silver Order, you should probably start thinking about what your alibi is and what names you're going to give, because the members of the Silver Order are organized enough to know each other by name.
We tried this before with the other.
Yeah, but we
fire.
didn't have as much magic as we have now.
Also, what if we try, instead of to try to just talk to them, what if we just use the seeming as like a pirate ship coming up on someone and we just pull the pirate flag right at the last second? So it's not just about...
So we're just going to attack
It's
them.
just getting up to them, not interacting
So
with them. Just to close the gap so we can understand more about what they're doing.
We could try diplomacy, but with the intention of, as soon as it sounds like it's failing,
Yeah.
we pull the veil out
Yeah.
and
And we go, "What's up, buds?
Yeah.
Hey, friend. Hey, old friends."
That's not going to cause distrust at all.
Or what if we taunt them and we pretend to be monsters?
What if we do go up to them, but maybe it's just the Caspians, and we take maybe the Rangers, we do a little bit stealthy, and we're there as secret support just in case.
Me, Jupiter, and the Caspians approach.
That way it's less about...
And we go, "Hey, Silver Order. What you doing in the city right now?"
so you're saying I won't use magic to make this insanely cool. Okay.
No, you can still do it.
No, that I don't want to waste a 5th level spell on
Oh, okay, good.
on a half plan.
Yeah.
But I like that idea. What do you think?
I can be sneaky. I can stealth around with these guys.
Yeah. And then I can even pass without trace, so that way we can get close enough, surround them, and then that way if he needs support. But
If
that's
something goes
30.
south.
That's a big group to hit. We got to be
I know,
careful.
and I don't think the intention is to hurt them. Wait, are we at open war? We said we were at open war.
Kind of an open
We're
war.
kind of at open war, aren't we?
Technically, they don't know that we know yet. Like, we haven't
They
spoken.
sent letters around.
Okay,
Kind
then
of
I
openly
guess
mailed us that.
the big filter is: do we care about them or do we care about getting the badge?
We care
Care
about getting the badge,
but what if they have the badge already?
Then we take the badge.
That's why I asked if they stopped along the way. It sounds like they didn't. If we're headed
They
towards
didn't. They didn't stop at Market Square, but we don't know what they did up north.
Lord Commander, they passed this way only about an hour ago, but if they're up to something, we better act quickly.
I think
that's up to you, Lord Commander.
keeping out of the way of the Griffins is going to be important, and seeing if we can at least sneak past. Worst comes to worst, we use it as a information mission, and if we have to battle, we have to battle.
I have an idea.
We've got a squad here. Do you want us to come with you, or do you want us to hold this point?
Oh, hold this point.
Okay.
I can go with the Caspians, but with greater invisibility on.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be good.
And then you and the hooded lanterns up in the
Maybe up on the roofs or
up
something.
on the roofs.
Yeah.
Stay away from the eyes of the Griffins.
Okay, maybe not on the roofs. Back alleys. We take the back alleys. Worst comes to worst, I can fog cloud on the Griffins that are up ahead, so that way they get less visibility. Or right above us. Or
It is
something
a
like
pretty
that. I mean, it's already
rainy-
foggy.
It is a pretty
I'm not
rainy
too
and foggy
worried
day, so
about it.
they have low visibility as it is. So
Yeah.
if you're in the alleys and they're up in the air, if
Yeah.
the Griffins are in the air, they won't see you.
Okay.
Should we call in reinforcements?
We don't need them. I have a staff.
Okay.
Magic.
You have a squad. You have a squad. I have a squad of spells.
So the idea is to go up, see if they're already here, see what they're up to. If we have to battle, we have to battle. But the key thing is we need to get the badge.
If they don't have a badge, let's just bail.
Yeah.
How are you gonna? Are you gonna? Okay, you know what?
That's
I'm
okay.
gonna leave it to you. You figure out if they have a badge.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're the one approaching them to converse.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
As you head up the castle road, the fog and mist part into the large, old common plaza. The plaza itself, at the center of the plaza is the common hall itself. It is a large, stately building, roughly in a C, kind of this elongated C shape. So it has two wings coming out to the sides. And then this large state house that's about 4 stories high with steepled high hall windows and these very, very high, sharp rooftops that all come up to, in the center, there is this kind of bell tower of its own that looks out over the entire square. The building itself is about 4 stories tall, so about 100 feet at its highest point of the tower. So it's by no means one of the tallest buildings in the city, but definitely one of the larger buildings in the city itself. Coming up to the plaza from the street, there is a large fountain and several pillars, and the statues of prominent citizens are all marked around the edges of the hall of the building as well. From what you recall of the building itself, the majority of the building on the ground level is the court itself that is both used as a courthouse and a council chamber, and then the upper chambers are the offices of the Lord Mayor and the other administrators of the city. There's a great set of double doors and various balconies overlooking out onto the plaza. And there you can see one of the wings of the building has partially collapsed. The roofs have fallen in and the sides are all scattered about. And you can see the remnants of several offices all covered up in the rubble. And in the central plaza of the building, the C that is formed around the fountain, there is an assembly of Silver Order knights. They have about a dozen horses with them as well. And you see, as you come through the clouds and as you catch sight of them, you can hear this loud screech and a horn call coming from as a griffin rider swoops around and swoops back down towards the group of knights. And in the midst of them, Veo, as the group of you kind of begins to split up and split off, how are you gonna the Caspians are gonna approach and the Hooded Lanterns and the rest are gonna head out with stealth. Okay, so Sebastian, you're casting Greater Invisibility and going with Paluto, is that correct?
Well, Greater Invisibility only lasts a minute, so I might actually approach with stealth, and while they're talking, I might try to
sneak in.
Sneak in.
So Veo and Sebastian, I'm going to have both of you roll stealth checks with advantage because you're with the Hooded Lanterns, and as a group, you can all hide up in one of the alleys.
Okay.
Nearby.
I want us to try to get into here.
I'm wondering if we need Pass Without Trace. Think it'll be useful?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace just to make sure a group of us aren't hurt.
Super stealth.
That's a +10 with Pass Without Trace, right?
Yep.
Yep. And Pass Without Trace affects the whole squad as well. Yeah.
Anybody within 30 feet of me, yes.
Okay.
I got a 35.
Okay. Veo?
42.
Oh my god. All right. So
Wait.
with
Yep, 42.
42.
I gripped the stealth roll and it was at 22 already.
Okay. So with unprecedented stealth, I
turn around and you guys are gone.
Just gone. Just gone.
What?
Yeah. Just gone.
You just feel like, you've got this.
And Paluto, as you and Jupiter head towards the group of assembled knights, you can see that the doors have been opened, and they are lighting a pyre where they are burning the piled bodies of several trolls.
We're as we approach with military formation, we're also kind of like, I want to use like an approach that's very passive.
Okay.
So like not as far as like holding a white flag, but something that shows that we're non-combative.
Sauntering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever that formation is in military things. I do that.
Sauntering V.
I saunter up to them. I do a cool.
As you do,
I do my fan dance.
The group of knights step into formation, and out in the front of the formation is Knight Captain Theodore Marshall.
Hail, Knight Captain Theodore Marshall.
Why
It
are
is
we letting
I,
him do
Pluto
that?
Jackson.
Well, hail, old friend.
I see you've done some city sweeping. Impressive work.
We have indeed. What do you do? You are here just as Ophelia said you'd be here.
Oh, did she?
She's been watching. She's been praying. She's been communing with the flame. And she said that you and your friends would be coming here today. So, I thought that this would be a good opportunity for us to meet on relatively neutral ground and talk things out one last time. Where are your friends?
Agreed. My friends are close by.
I assume
watching
so. You got a few of them up hiding in the windows.
They're keeping a safe distance, Knight Captain. A watchful eye, if you will.
Very well. I leave it up to them to decide. If you want to speak for them, that's your business.
Well, as the most charismatic player, as the leader of this fine ragtag group of, I don't know if you know what we're called. We're actually called the Jackson 3. Did you know that? That's a very common misconception. Anyways, what I really want to drive home is that our interests in Drakkenheim might not be so different. I see no reason for bloodshed now or in the future, Knight Captain.
And Jupiter Jones speaks up. And regardless, if there is, it'll be Illyrian blood spilt, not a drop of Caspian blood.
I'm just gonna give him one of the all right, big guy.
Sebastian starts seeing through his Crowley, and he's flown the crow over to the fountain, and he's just chilling there listening in.
Alrighty.
And getting more and more upset.
And the whole time, I'm gonna be using Know Your Enemy on the Knight Captain.
Okay. Jupiter Jones quiets himself for a moment. What do you want to learn with Know Your Enemy?
I want to know his strength score and his AC, if they are superior or inferior to 20 and to 20.
They
Or
are.
equal.
His armor class is superior, and his strength is equal.
I'm gonna have to kill him. And this is, I just squinty eye, and it's really the ability is, I think I could take him. That's the name of the ability. That's how I always picture it. It's just, I think I could take him.
Pluto, you must know by now the Hierarch's decree. I know you Caspians aren't pious folk, but we're all bound together in the flame. And, well, if it was up to me, I wouldn't want to shed any blood whatsoever.
It is up to you. And the flame stands for something that goes further than the decree of one. We're not pawns in some political game. This isn't a decree. This isn't just words being said. This is people's lives, and this is an entire city.
I'm ready, and we are ready in the Silver Order to do what has to be done here in Drakkenheim and end the darkness and corruption that has taken root here once and for all. And I'm asking you, as friends, as brothers in arms one time, to find reason and truth in the light. We could be allies for a righteous cause. Stand with us.
I can't stand with you until you can free yourself from the chains of the sacred flame. It used to stand for something that was bigger than people, and right now you're being controlled by what's the name? The high thing?
The hierarchy.
The hierarchy? Yeah. Don't listen to your heart, not to your orders, and you will see what's right, and you will see that we are here to cleanse the evil from Drakkenheim.
You blaspheme, sir. It is not for you or I to question the wisdom of the hierarch, who speaks for the flame itself, communes directly with the saints and the martyrs that have shed blood through this world for ages untold. You could bask in the light with us, and we could do what has to be done for this city. If you don't, that makes us enemies.
Are we still psychically linked?
Yeah, you are telepathically linked.
Ignatius!
I slowly pull out Ignatius.
I see that blade.
This blade stands for more than the hierarch, more than the sacred flame. It reveals the truth. And the truth is beyond you or me or any other mortal that stands to try to gain from the death and the suffering of those that it considers its followers. If the hierarch truly believed in desecrating the evil and saving Drakkenheim,
Your words stop in your throat
Uh-oh.
as you say those words. And Ignatius cries out to you, "The hierarch is the voice of truth itself. The hierarch speaks for the flame. How dare you!"
I start trying to jam it back in the sheath. You're ruining my flow.
How dare you claim to speak for the flame? You know not its will. You are not the arbiter of its truth,
Sorry.
Pluto Jackson.
Put the sword away. Put the sword away.
Pluto panics and tries to jam the sword back in, trying to kind of like muffle it. Like, you know, when something's like crying and you're like, oh, no.
Lord, sorry. The Knight Captain continues and says,
Whoops.
"You should only draw that blade if you're going to turn it over to us."
Okay, I'll keep it away.
The paladins and flame keepers of the sacred fire are the rightful custodians of the blade of Saint Vitruvio. Now, I think I have something valuable. And he reaches in and he produces a circlet that has a monocle with it. I found this in the Lord Mayor's office upstairs. I think this might be one of your little badges of office of the city.
I believe it is.
We're willing to work with you. Return Ignatius, and I'll give this to you.
How far away are they from me?
About 200 feet.
I go to Sebastian and I say, I think I can get it.
I think you can too.
I don't know if I'm strong enough.
He,
I have a trick.
Do you want to make me invisible and I can run and get it?
I'm going to step back a moment. I kind of like, I'm off my toes and I'm on my heels because now I'm starting to contemplate this decision.
he puts it away, chained on his belt, and he says, "Either that, you can either take that deal right now, Pluto Jackson. Or I have no doubt that if we continue on the course that we do, I'm going to have to send many good men and women to their deaths at your hands. They will be resolute before this grim undertaking. They will not relent, they will not surrender, and they will not give up. The strength of the sacred fire endures when the strength of the body fails. Make no mistake. If you want to hide in the darkness and say that you're wielding the light because you've got your hands on the blade Ignatius, you will be destroyed and consumed by it. There's no honor to be had in cutting down those who I called brothers and sisters in arms, and there is no need to pay this price in blood. I beg you, spare their lives and your own, and spare your lives, the lives of these men, and fight me here and now.
You want to fight me?
I've heard you fought many monsters, but have you ever fought a man?
Yeah.
Looks like a monster to me.
I got your back, man. If you do this, I can help. Maybe.
I'm not one to turn down a challenge, Knight Captain. But I have to challenge your hypocrisy. You can't say
Jupiter
how much
Jones
you
speaks.
stand
He
for.
just challenged you to a duel, man! Where's your Caspian honor?
It's right here, and I just fell on my sword. I'm just so God, here I go killing again.
As you draw,
Challenge the hypocrisy!
As you draw Ignatius, it drops to the ground like a rock. And it says, I will not be born in battle against a righteous soul.
Ignatius, if you're gonna have performance problems, you need to do this on our own time. This needs to be. I need you running at 100% right now.
Make a charisma check. This is a test of wills against Ignatius.
Get him!
Come on, Ignatius. 16.
You need to beat a 20, sir.
Do I get to add anything to it? I don't have anything to add to it, but do I get to add anything to it?
Ignatius currently weighs 1,000 pounds.
Oh, and I can lift 999 pounds. So it's like I'm really close.
Effectively, like it's just like rock, and the blade says, I will not. Jupiter Jones says, you can borrow my sword if you like.
I mean, thanks, Jupiter. It really means a lot.
Vale, I need you to get that badge.
Oh, I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna make you invisible.
Knight Captain.
Yeah.
What are the terms of our engagement?
You and I, one-on-one, no one else.
No weapons, no weapons.
If anyone else interferes, none of my men will. None of your men will. 2 men, 2 blades, 2 shields.
Okay, but I get to choose the weapons.
What weapons?
You can have the long sword that I took from what's his face's body, the Knight Captain, one of the Knight
Virgil.
Virgil. You can use Virgil's sword, and I return it in honor. Ta-da! And I will use Jupiter. What do you got? I need some. Man.
He gives you one of his long swords. It's a Caspian blade.
Okay.
And no griffins.
And no griffins.
No, my griffin will. You and I, man to man.
Okay. I accept your challenge. Guys, I'm panicking.
Do we interfere? Do you think we can interfere?
I think this is like a troll situation. Remember we done this. We did this with Jupiter. You got this.
Do you think they'll notice if I should have taken subtle spell?
And what are the and may I ask the winner? What is the prize?
Well, if I win, I want to challenge Sebastian Crow to a duel next. And then I want to challenge Veo Senya to a duel after that.
Take the strongest last. No, you're strong. You're
Melee
strong, Pluto.
combat
Oh.
in both cases.
I can do that.
Okay, weakest last. Weakest last.
What is your...
I believe, quite simply, it's my fault. I put trust in you. I believed in you three. I thought you were heroes. And I misled my men into putting their faith into you. And I will shed my own blood before I let a single one of them die at your hands. This is my atonement. This is how I ask for forgiveness.
I can't
We don't have to do this.
sway you.
You can give up the sword. You can sway me. It's very easy. Return Ignatius. Corruption has gripped Queen Lenore. Let death end her waking nightmare. Let her soul be free. Abandon your foolish attachment to that Amethyst Academy. They only want promise and power. They only care for themselves. They do not have the best interest of the city at heart. They don't. We could stop the Queen of Thieves. We could reclaim the castle. We'll burn the city to the ground. But it'll be a new city. We could all work together. But if you want to sway me, you want to convince me, that's all you have to do. That's all I'm asking.
That's all. Pluto. Put him on his righteous ass.
What do you say, Sebastian?
He's full of it. He raises some valid points, but not enough valid points. I eat knights like him for breakfast. I have a few more one-liners prepared. You ready?
Can you guys feed me some one-liners?
Breakfast?
Breakfast? Knight Captain, the one thing I have to admire about you is your resolve and your dedication to something bigger than yourself, and I hope you can see the same in me. That's why it's regrettable that it's come to this. And I'm going to kind of walk back to Jupiter.
I hope your soul finds peace in the light.
And I'm going to bow to him and retrieve the sword. We're doing this.
I think we gotta let him do it. I don't think if we interfere, we're gonna have to kill 30 men. I'd rather just watch Pluto kill him.
Yeah.
And as I'm facing Jupiter Jones, I'm going to drink a potion of invulnerability.
Okay? As the Knight Captain takes Virgil's sword and he places it to his forehead. He says, Virgil, I'm sorry that you had to die, my friend. Let me take up your blade and atone for your death. And the blade glows with holy fire.
I really shouldn't have given him that blade. But it was fair. It's the right thing to do.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Roll for initiative. What you got?
5.
You got a 5? All right. With advantage? With your shield?
I mean, can you just rub it in a little more?
All right.
Like
All right, buddy.
I don't know how to roll it again.
Okay. The Knight Captain goes first.
Absolutely.
You three can also roll initiative if you would like. Ooh.
17.
You guys got my back, right?
I'll try.
Oh, man.
Sebastian, what you got?
I got a 5 as well. I'll go after.
If you want, you can go before.
Yeah, I'll have Pluto go first.
Okay.
All right, Vale, you see that they're about to join battle. And would you like to do anything?
I am going to...
Yeah, we can have a little bit of a setting here.
Oh, no. I'm really sorry, Knight Captain.
This is the Knight Commanders, the Knight Captains there.
So he said we can't interfere with the battle, right? Yes.
Just the bad.
From what I heard.
Yeah. Is there anything that you would like to do?
Yes. How far away am I?
I'm gonna say that if you and the Hooded Lanterns, with your high stealth, if you wanted to take positions up in the ruined part of the building, you could do that.
In the...
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if we're here
Yeah.
on that part, that should be good.
Sure.
If I'm minor illusion, that doesn't lose my concentration on Pass Without Trace, correct? Or does?
No, it does not.
Okay.
Does telepathic bond require an action to use, or is it just kind
No,
of like...
you just have telepathy.
I just say to Pluto, ready to get pumped up. Right.
Guys, if things go sideways, the most important thing is to get the badge, no matter what.
Of course.
And get out of there and try to save Jupiter and myself if we can.
Are you guys fighting to the death, or is this like you're gonna spare each other?
I don't know.
As the battle is joined, the Knight Captain says, "Now, if your friends want to come, I don't know where your friends are hiding, but if they want to watch you die, they should probably get out here before we get started."
And as he says this, you start to hear a chorus of Pluto, Pluto. As I minor illusion, these voices that start to rise around Pluto, Pluto, Pluto.
I minor illusion back behind their troops. The same thing. So it just sounds like a circle of chanting.
Okay.
My fans are always watching.
Pluto.
All right. So are you going to reveal your position or keep hiding?
Or I'm going to keep hiding.
Okay. So anything else, Veo?
Nope.
Okay. The Knight Captain. He steps forward, taking Virgil's blade. And he calls upon the light and says, I'm sorry. I have to do this. And attacks. The first is only a 17.
Okay.
Second is a 29
That
to hit.
hits.
And he blinding smites you.
Okay.
The damage on the attack itself is it's going to be 13 slashing damage. And the blinding smite goes off with a thunderous crash of holy light, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw, my friend.
I get advantage because he's right beside me, and I get a 24,
Okay, so you are not blinded,
which is great.
but you still take whoa, that was 3/8. You still take an additional 24 radiant damage.
So it's halved
Yeah.
because of the invulnerability. So 13 and 24, so 6 and 12, or 7 and 12. Do you round up or down?
So it was
13 on
13 plus 24 is 37. So yeah, just take half, round up.
16? No. 20. Can you help? You know, 16. No, 37 is
You take 18 points.
18. Thank you.
Maths.
Thank you. I'm gonna riposte on the. No, wait. I don't have reactions yet, do I?
No, you do.
I want to riposte on the first attack,
Okay.
and I get a 22,
That is a hit.
Yes.
and he takes 22 damage.
22 damage. 22? Oh, that's from the extra damage because you're not wielding Ignatius.
A D8 plus
Yeah.
a D10.
22? Okay.
Yeah, plus 7.
Anything else? He makes his third attack. Getting a 25 to hit
That hits.
for another 14 points of damage.
All right. I accept. I accept. Ow.
You got this, Pluto.
Pluto, it's your turn.
Pluto.
Okay.
Pluto.
I'm gonna swing. 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
And I want him to make a strength saving throw.
He gets an 18.
No! Okay. He's gonna take... 15 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit him again. Da, 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 da. And I miss spectacularly.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to try to knock him prone.
Okay.
And I get a 20 on my strength.
I get a 22.
Darn it. Okay.
Sorry, a 23.
Okay. I try to knock him around with my shield, and we start exchanging blows, and it's cool. It's so cool. We're just friendly. It's a friendly battle.
Alrighty.
Just a friendly, fun battle.
Sebastian, you see the fight unfold.
I'm not supposed to mess with this. But if I remember correctly in the fight against Jupiter, I molded Earth underneath his feet to make it difficult to... No, that's not going to work. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Oh, man.
You got this.
Since I haven't been seen yet, and since I'm on the back lines, is it possible for me to cast haste without being noticed? And are the proper...
Do you have subtle spell?
No. How loud do I have to talk? That's the thing, is
You have to speak in arcane word speak, and the effect of the spell will absolutely be visible to everybody if you cast a spell on him.
Well, then I guess I just watch.
All right. We go back to the top. Theo.
I don't know.
Again, the rules were that we don't directly interfere, correct?
What are you thinking?
You should consider who you're dealing with and consider how they might interpret any sort of interference.
Just saying, if the weather changes.
So if like a lightning bolt hits one person.
I cast
It's not weird.
fog cloud right beside them. And the fog rolls in, but doesn't reach them.
Okay. There's a general commotion from amongst the group of assembled knights at this, and they look at that and they're like, "Is that the haze rolling in? What's?" They're very confused by it.
It's the haze. What can I use? It's a 20. Is this 20? Yeah. Maybe?
Shadow.
It might be bigger than that. It's a 20 by 20 foot radius. Is this 15? Okay, it's slightly
Yeah.
bigger than this.
Okay.
So it's gonna go there, but probably even 5 feet over. And I go to Pluto in my head and I say, There's your cover if you need it.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
The knight captain looks at that and says, That's strange.
That's Drakkenheim.
And he looks at you and is like, do you want to stop or do you want to continue?
We continue.
Fine. So be it. And he resumes his attack.
We don't have passive literacy anymore, by the way.
This time he gets a 20 to hit.
I'm gonna use shield from the Ring of
Cool.
Spell Storing.
Cool. Raises your AC up to 25. He attacks again. This time getting a... that one's going to be a 25.
That hits.
And he is going to cast Wrathful Smite on this one. So you're going to take a total of 4 psychic damage and 14 slashing damage. So 18 total, so 9 points. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh. I'm going to use Indomitable.
Okay.
I get a 21.
Okay, you are not frightened by him.
That's key.
He makes one last attack, which is a 26 to hit, for another 10 points of damage. So he claws in with his weapons,
Okay.
uttering the litanies of the silver flame on his lips, of the sacred fire on his lips, the litany of sacred fire.
I respond in jest with some Caspian terms like flablow and kerplunk. And I get crit.
Nice.
That was the key the whole time.
I just have to use my Caspian battle words. Clip that. But what I want to do is also have him make a strength saving throw.
Cool. He gets a 14.
He drops his sword
Okay.
and he takes 14 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit him again.
Nice.
And I get a 25 to hit.
25. That is a hit.
And he has to make let me just check. Another strength saving throw.
Awesome. He gets a 18.
He succeeds,
Cool.
but takes another 24 damage.
That leaves him bloodied.
And then pushing attack, 28 strength check. And I'm going to push him back 5 feet.
Okay. Push him back 5 feet, and he's got to beat a 28. He does not, so he gets pushed back 5 feet.
And I'm standing on his sword.
Okay. Alrighty.
And that's my turn. Ignatius, get up! I really need you right now, buddy.
That's Pluto.
And
Sebastian.
I go, and I say, yield.
As the sword hits the ground, I'm going to just, from back where I am, do mold earth to push the sword towards Pluto.
Okay.
So that the sword just slides. So it hits the ground and slides. I just lift the earth a little so it goes shh.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Behind me? Like it slides through my legs?
Yeah, it slides back behind you. A stealth check? Mm-hmm. No pass without trace, right?
Sorry.
25.
Okay. It doesn't seem like any of the Silver Order Knights noticed that. And so that is that.
His sword is now behind Pluto Jackson.
Yeah.
And I'm imposing myself kind of between them.
Okay.
I'm like, this is a nail biter.
I'm just like that. And I'm just kill him.
pull.
Okay, and we go to the top with Veo.
Again, I'm watching this and I don't want to interfere too much. But from... Oh, it's too far. Again, I minor illusion the sound, and this time it's a whisper. And it's... All it's saying is, Pluto, the flame. Pluto, the flame. Pluto, the flame. And that's all it's whispering behind you. Just to freak everybody out.
The flame.
And I just keep a watchful eye.
Okay.
I'm really just messing with everyone's heads here. And then in our actual head, I'm like, Pluto, don't forget the fog.
Thank you.
Alrighty. The Knight Captain stands back, grabs his shield and throws it at you.
No!
And it bursts into flames as it does so, as it soars directly at you.
Told you the flame. The flame.
And he gets a 20 to hit.
Do I get advantage because Veo warned me? No.
The flame.
And is it like an attack?
Yeah, it's an attack.
I'm gonna cast shield again.
Okay, so you deflect it with shield. It bounces back to him, and he throws it back at you once again.
Oh, so he's like pinging them off the shield?
Yeah, pinging them off the shield. You're getting a 21 the third time, and he gets a 24 the last time, and then he's just gonna rush forward and reach for the sword and rush around you and pick the sword up on the other side, just with his movement. He's still in your range.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to take like the opportunity of him like running around to try to. Well, like, does he have? He's gonna run around me.
Yeah, he's just moving because you move the sword only 5 feet to the other side, so he just chases after it and scoops it up. Yeah, because Sebastian only moved it 5 feet with that, so it's enough for him to get back to it and rush it up. The way I kind of imagine it is he's like throwing the shield and relying on the moment while you're blocking it to rush you with shield to rush up forward to try to snatch it up. And because you've used your reaction this turn as well to cast shield, you're spending all your focus defending on yourself from those attacks that you're not able to prevent him from picking up the sword.
So he picks up his sword, and then I'm gonna swing at him again.
Alrighty.
And I get a I'm gonna use precision strike to make it a 30.
Oh man, that is
so
a
it hits. Cause I don't think a 20 would hit, and it's gonna be 17 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna swing at him again, and I get a 27 to hit.
Also a hit.
For 14 damage.
Oh man. Okay.
And I'm going to I get like a 14 to knock him prone.
He stays standing.
Okay.
Cool.
Wham! Wham!
Sebastian and Veo, do you want to intervene?
No, I just want to continue to minor illusion like scary sounds.
Okay.
Just sounds that like
roll
with the
an
fog
intimidation check.
Yes.
Can I help?
14.
Veo's doing it with her magic. Sure, yeah, you can help Veo and give her advantage because if you add your magic to it.
Oh yeah. 20.
So I'll have the Lord the Knight Captain make a Wisdom save. He fails, so I'm going to say that he's got disadvantage on his next attack, just because the support around him.
Woo! My friends!
Yeah, there's like chanting and cheering for Pluto.
The flame chooses you, Pluto.
So the Knight Captain, hearing all that, he swings out and he's like, "Light, do not abandon me now!" And he swings to attack Pluto.
As the fog comes.
And that crit turns into a miss.
Oh, my friends!
He swings again.
Goes, psych! And he's like,
Swings again, getting a big old not enough to hit. And one last time with a natural 1. So he just swings and doesn't make it none of the attacks connect.
Great.
Minor illusion.
Pluto, it's over to you.
Do we know what Ignatius's voice sounds
I'm
like?
going to cast from my ring Reduce on him.
Okay.
Does it just happen?
He's
I
got to
don't know
make
how-
a saving throw.
I don't know what. Oh, and it's the saving throw from the wizard that put it
Yeah.
in my thing. And I assume it was the high mage. It's like a level 30 wizard, I think.
It's
if I
going to
recall
be
correctly.
DC 15.
Okay.
And I just need to check the...
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't have it handy.
That's okay. I just need to double check on the saving throw type. Constitution. Yeah, he saves.
Darn Constitution. I forgot it's Constitution. Okay, and then I'm going to action surge and just start
Okay.
swinging at him. This time I get like a 12. And then the second hit, okay, that's better. 26
That is a hit.
for 11 damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn. Actually,
Alrighty.
I'll try to knock him. Is he like? Have we pivoted to the point where he's near the fog or anything?
No, he pivoted to the other side, but he's not on the fog bank.
22 to push him prone.
He gets a 20.
So I knock him down.
Okay, so you knock him down. On his turn, he springs to his feet. And continues his attack.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Getting a 20 and a natural 1 and a 24 to hit.
Both those hit.
Both of them hit? Okay.
Yeah.
He is going to Blinding Smite. So the two attacks that hit do a total of 16 points of damage and save against the Blinding Smite.
And is it con?
Yeah, it's Constitution saving throw.
Like a 26.
Cool. You're good. You still take 20 points of radiant damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh man, he's light me up. The resistance is helping, believe it or not. But I still am. I'm bloodied.
Okay.
Just for the record. I think the attack maybe right before that it bloodied me.
Awesome. I believe it's your turn, Pluto.
I blew through all of my superiority dice, and that's why all the damage really took a steep drop off. I should have enlarged myself. I was really trying to hit him. Okay, that's better. 27 to hit
That is a hit.
for
Holy crap.
15 damage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hit him again. 19 to hit.
A miss.
That's a miss. And then I'm going to this time use second wind to heal myself for 17.
Nice.
Okay. We're just pounding away on each other, just wailing on each other in the middle
in the
of-
rain and the mud and the fog as you continue to just beat at each other as hard as possible.
Gah!
Awesome.
I miss you, friend. In the odd time. Nice shot.
Alrighty.
I minor illusion the sound of Ignatius's voice.
You've never heard that
Oh,
before. It only speaks in Pluto's head.
Pluto, what does Ignatius sound like? Can you telepathically
Tell us.
do your best impression? And I'm going to do
I'm
an
kind of busy. I don't know if I can give you voice lessons right now.
Pluto, this is important.
Like think of you're distracting me.
Sorry. Sorry.
Do just a mean guy. Sounds like a mean sword.
I minor illusion a voice coming from the sword that's lying on the ground. And I go, maybe he hasn't heard Ignatius either. Right?
Yeah,
So
no one
I
has.
minor illusion a voice coming from the sword, the Ignatius sword lying on the ground, and I go, Elias Drexel, the flame is not with you today. And that's my minor
Okay,
illusion.
make an intimidation check.
Oh, come on. I get a 10.
Not enough to
You flub the
intimidate
voice. You squeal. You squeal,
yeah.
and you go, ah! Your
The flame is not with you today, Elias. Oh, no.
Yeah, your voice cracks
Yeah.
when you do it.
Sorry, Pluto. I tried my best. Is that what it sounds like?
You know what? You did your best, buddy. That's what I appreciate.
All right, cool. You're welcome.
All right. The knight captain continues his
Oh,
assault.
not Elias Drexel. I said Elias Drexel. That's why.
Yeah, that's why it didn't work. You said Elias Drexel instead of Theodore Marshall.
That's why I rolled a 1. Wait, his name's Theodore. Elias is back there.
All these southern, all these
man.
southern names.
I'm sorry. I'll see myself out.
No, you're doing great. Keep trying.
And I'm like, my turn. And
Right.
from the fog cloud, I do, again, a whispering, not angry voice, but a stern voice. And I say, the flame is with Pluto. And it just kind of repeats for a minute, kind of wavering in and out in volume.
Okay. I will let Sebastian re-roll that intimidation check with your support.
This time, we didn't say the wrong name. and crack our voice.
you.
I was
It's
like,
an-
focus on putting Pluto up, less the other guy down.
21.
21. The commander, the knight commander, will have disadvantage on his first attack this round.
Oh, man.
guys.
The seeds of doubt have been
You're welcome.
planted in his mind, and he and waveringly he attacks Pluto again. This time only getting a 18 to hit, and he proceeds to attack 2 more times, getting a 20 and a 20 to hit.
They both hit.
Alrighty. So that first one's going to be 14 damage. The second one is going to be 10 damage. And he will also apply his branding smite to that. And I believe...
Oh,
I forgot
Got
what
it.
branding smite does.
that's okay.
It's 2d6 extra radiant damage. And that's pretty much it. So that's an extra 8 radiant damage. As he howls down and says, the flame is with... He says, the flame is with me, and I've got no doubt in my mind that what I do is right. I won't let doubt take seed in my heart. I'll strike you down.
I will strike you down. How about that? Huh? I'm not as quippy with my kill. I usually fight monsters, and they don't talk as much.
Yeah.
So I'm not as used to like the back and forth. So I'm kind of catching my footing here. It's new territory. But I'm always down to kill new things. You know, try new things, kill new things. And can I swing at him?
Yep.
Sweet. I'm gonna swing at him. I get a 20.
That is it. A 20 to hit or a natural 20?
20 to hit.
That is a miss.
Miss. And then swing at him again. This time I get a 23
That is a hit.
for 13 damage.
13. Okay. He's still standing. He is wounded. Just like he spits out some of his teeth, but he grits them and is poised to strike one more time.
And Knight Captain, there is no glory in the dead. For the we can end this now. I ask you, I beg you, yield.
Make your persuasion check.
Not very good at this. 18.
He replies and he says, my friend, I can't speak against you to the hierarch, but I can't let you kill. I won't be the one I need to atone for this.
There's no blood on your hands. We can
already
end
is.
this.
There already is.
Let's not put more on
This was
it.
his blade.
And we did right. We killed a horror together in Drakkenheim, the Lord of the Feast. And Virgil died fighting for something bigger than him. Not some hierarch, not some person commanding him. He died because he wanted to rid the city of evil, and we can do that together.
He says, you made your choice. Virgil made his choice. And I made mine. I'm going to give him my last bit of strength. And if you're still standing after that, you can strike me down. And he swings his weapons one last time. Getting a 21 to hit, a 12 to hit, and a 16 to hit.
So one hits.
Alrighty. And he does one last smite for a total of 20 points of damage. It's your turn. As he makes his final onslaught and you batter off his attacks and he lands that one last blow and he sees that you're still standing, you see that there's like a look of, I know it's over now, in his face.
And in that moment, I just drop Jupiter's sword on the ground. This is over. And I reach out my hand.
He
Knight
says,
Captain, there's no more blood that needs to be shed. But I need that badge.
He looks at his soldiers and he says, I'm not going to strike down a man that's not holding a weapon. Now you pick that sword back up and you finish what you started.
If I will. And I'm gonna reach back and grab old javelin and I'm gonna stab him.
All right, go for it.
Stab him with my javelin. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. 23 to hit
It is a hit.
for 9 damage.
You stab Knight Captain Theodore Marshall in the heart with the spear. He lets go of his sword and he grabs it and he pulls the spear a bit closer towards you. He says, my friend, I'm sorry. I couldn't speak against you. But now there's no one to speak for you either.
You died with honor. I hope not in vain. And I release him down to the ground. Off my spear.
And that's where we're going to take our break. Welcome back. We are back from our break and ready to take on the ruins again.
But before we get back into it, I want a big shout out to Tabletop Audio. They provide all of our ambient music for all of our sessions. We've created some custom playlists. Check it out, tabletopaudio.com. It's all free, and it's all there to make your games better.
Be sure to visit our merch store at the links below at our Teespring store with some of your faves like Troll Killer and Yes, 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 and even the Dungeon Dudes logo. Or you can check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch.
If you're enjoying the stream and you'd like to support our work, don't forget to check us out on Patreon. You can find out how by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes. We also have a phenomenal Discord community, which is exclusive to our patrons. So if you do join us on Patreon, you can join us on Discord, chat with us about all of the nerdy things, what's going on in Drakkenheim. You can even chat about behind the scenes stuff, and just all sorts of other nerdy things. We have lots of good chats in there with all of us, so join it.
With that, we shall return to the ruins of the old common hall, whereas Pluto Jackson draws back out his javelin of lightning from the chest of Knight Captain Theodore Marshall, and he slumps to the ground, dead. And a stunned silence descends over the plaza. The knights look at each other, and they look at the body of their commander. There's silence.
I lay him down gently, and I remove the circlet from his waistband, or however he had it attached, and I walk back over to Jupiter.
As you do, Cassandra Wyatt, one of the Knight Captain's wingmen, swoops down, and you can hear and as she does so, there's a screech from the Knight Captain's griffin as it swoops forward over the body of the Knight Captain and is just screeching in rage, and as you back off, it screeches at you like this. Sorry, he made me do it. And Cassandra Wyatt flies down beside, and she says, "Take your trinket, get away."
Goodbye.
Don't be mad. He didn't give us a choice.
I try to pick up Ignatius.
Ignatius, you can lift the blade, but it is not illuminated.
He's having a temper tantrum.
Are we good? Are we cool? Are we cool, bud?
There's no reply.
Sorry. I put him back in, sheath him. We'll deal with Ignatius's temper tantrum later. And I do one of those, like, when you're standing really far away from your friends, I like hold the circlet, which are where I kind of think Veo and them. I go, I got it.
I'm pretty sure we can still talk. How long does this last for?
An hour?
As you walk away, Jupiter Jones says, "That was phenomenal, my friend. Well done. Bravo. True Caspian honor on display right there. You Illyrians should all take note.
He's so embarrassed.
Let
Like,
none say that Pluto Jackson is a dishonorable man. He has given your captain all the honor due, a proper Caspian duel. He could not have asked for a better death."
I'm like not celebrating, like I'm walking, and he's like cheering.
Yeah.
Like I'm like walking with my head kind of down, like, ah, oh, darn it. Like I got the circlet, but I didn't want to kill the Knight Captain. But my hand was forced.
As you turn away, you hear this squeaky voice cry out from amongst the knights. And this voice corrects it, says, "I challenge you!"
I turn around.
And there's this younger knight, maybe a squire, pointing his sword up at you. And he says, "I challenge you! Come on! You want another duel?" And as he does so, another knight turns around beside and says, "Yeah, I challenge you too! Come on! You want it?" And another one of the knights says, "I challenge you! You can fight us all, one after the other!"
I step out into the circle.
And I jump down.
And Veo jumps down, and I go stand next to Pluto.
Me too.
And I hold my staff out, and I'm just like, "Your Knight Commander was one of the greatest fighters that we've ever seen. Better than any of you. Pluto Jackson just took him down without breaking a sweat. Don't sweat.
I'm kind of sweating. It's really sweaty in here.
Do any of you really feel like dying today? Because your commander was stubborn?"
Jupiter Jones speaks up. "If the boy wants to duel with Pluto Jackson, let him. It's his own funeral."
I growl at Jupiter and say, "Shut up!"
Jupiter, I think, you know what? I love the enthusiasm. I think maybe I'll kind of let my...
What, you're gonna turn down a duel? He just challenged you, man.
I think you have a little bit to learn about honor.
Listen, kid. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. I don't have any quarrel with you. Think it's time that we both went our separate ways.
Okay. The three of you can make a group persuasion check.
20.
Come on, dice. 10.
14.
The knights, they Cassandra Wyatt looks over and says, I reckon that sounds like cowards talk to me. You want to back down right now after you just killed the most honorable man any of us ever knew?
And I walk up to her. Not walk up, but I step towards her and I say, it was an honorable battle on his terms. He made his choice to do this. And he put his blood before yours. Do you really want to do dishonor to his will?
Cool. Make a hard persuasion check. It's going to be tricky.
A hard persuasion.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one. Let's see.
12.
She says, He died for all the rest of us. And all the rest of us, would lay down our lives for him. What would you lay your life down for?
For Drakkenheim.
For the city.
Well, then I reckon now's your chance.
This battle between us is not for the city. It's for your own stubborn pride. It's not worth me putting my life down for you to get back at us for a noble battle.
Do either of the two of you want to jump in?
What's, Can I use Know Your Enemy? I want to know her if she's got a better or worse AC than me. And... total class levels, I'm 10.
For Cassandra?
Yeah. So I go,
I don't use class levels for my NPCs. Spoiler alert. I don't use I just make it all up. So yeah.
AC and current hit points. I mean, it's not hard to beat 28, but
she's got 112 hit points.
Under
Okay.
AC.
And her AC is lower
it bigger?
than yours.
Is lower than mine? Okay.
Yep.
Cassandra, we don't want to kill any more Knights of the Silver Order today. So I suggest that you take your men and women here and march along, because you've only seen what one of us can do. You haven't seen what happens when you take on all three of us, and that's going to be a bad choice. So I suggest you take your pride, you think about what's happened here today, and then we'll come back and we'll have a chat.
Okay. Make an intimidation check.
"12."
Just for bad luck.
She says,
Guess it's time to fight.
Get loose. Just get loose.
she says, if you don't want to fight honorably, if you want to back away from it here and now, she turns around to the other knights. Don't let our captain's death be in vain. Let's take him down. Roll for initiative.
Ooh!
I guess. Why were my rolls so bad? Oh, there's a good one.
And during this brief interaction, I took a short rest. I was able to recover. I'm so.
If you
I'm so
wanted to
empty.
take a potion afterwards, you can.
Can I take one potion?
Yes. Yeah.
And if I mix 2 potions,
You can take one potion. You have time to drink one.
Yeah, but he's already drank in the potion of
so
invulnerability.
and that's the.
Oh, yep. So roll a d20, and
So
I'll, on a one.
I'm gonna drink.
Okay.
A,
Potion of healing.
no, I can use
The ointment?
the ointment, right?
Yeah, that doesn't count as a potion.
Okay, I'll use some of the ointment.
Okay.
How much does it regain, may I ask?
18.
Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty. So we have the Silver Order Griffin Riders and the Silver Order Soldiers. Roll initiative for them. Wow. Okay. The Griffin Riders are probably going to go first unless Veo's pulled something out.
10.
10. Sebastian?
20.
20. Okay. And Pluto?
19.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, Vale, you're actually dead last.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Alrighty. So here's what we got. We got a whole bunch of Silver Order soldiers, and then we have the 2 Silver Order Griffin Riders. And what we'll do is we'll move Cassandra down to the ground there as well.
Which one's Cassandra?
She's the one on the far window. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Put her down. And as battle is drawn, the Knight Captain's Griffin scoops up his body and begins flying away.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
griffin's gone. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, less griffins.
Okay.
Bonus.
So the first to act are actually the Griffin Riders. So Cassandra and Owen, who you both remember.
Hi.
And Owen swoops down from above, takes his lance, and he's going to go right for Veo.
Veo.
And leave him on a flight stand because he has reach on his lance.
Ooh.
So he comes down with the lance and attacks Veo. Getting a 24 and an 18 to hit.
Both hit.
Okay. Oh, actually, sorry. No, he has advantage. So that the first one's a 24, and the second one is a 24 as well because he has mounted combatant. So.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And so with 2 hits, big old D12s. That is going to be a total of 17 points of damage from the lance attacks. And then he swoops back up on the Griffin, back up into the air. Higher. And then Cassandra is going to go right for Pluto. She flies forward.
Hi.
And so she's on a smaller flying stand. And she gets a 26
Oh my gosh.
and a 23 to hit
Both hit.
for a grand total of 20 points of piercing damage with her 2 attacks.
Ow. Okay. I accept gracefully. And she's got reach as well.
She does.
Okay.
Yeah. She has 10-foot reach. And they both fly up, so they are both 30 feet up in the air.
We getting out of here?
We can just bail. Telepathic link. Bail. Is someone saying pork chops in my head?
Pork chops! Pork chops.
Or do we just murder all the
I'd
ground?
like to live to eat some pork
We
chops.
haven't even tried yet. We don't know how tough
Yeah,
they are.
we could murder all the ground people and then the flying people just fly away.
Is it Sebastian?
It is Sebastian's turn.
Sebastian steps forward and he looks at the row of soldiers in front of him. And he goes, "Soldiers, flame be with you." And he casts Firewall.
Oh my god.
Does it go on both sides? Oh no, you're just getting out. Ah.
Oh no, the fire!
Nice.
And that should affect quite a few of them there. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little paladin. Okay.
That was really cool.
Poor guy.
Yeah, so I yell, "Flame be with you," and then I throw my staff in a line across them, and you just see fire shoot out of the ground.
Nice.
Erupting along the first line of them and burning back towards them. So yeah, it's what is it? When you create the wall of fire, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. When the wall of fire appear, each creature within its area must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 5d8 fire damage.
So I got a lot of them back there. There's a lot of guys back there. So they all got to make.
Yeah, within 10 feet of the wall on that
Okay.
side.
And what's the DC?
17.
Only one of them succeeds. Yeah.
Firewall. Do you need D8s?
I need one more d8.
Kablamo.
Yeah, I'll stick with that.
Alrighty.
26 damage.
26. All the ones that failed their saves are dead.
Oh,
Roasted alive, and you hear the screams of the young squire and the young knights as they are burned alive in the wall of fire.
And in Sebastian's eyes, you see the flames as he smirks and he goes, "Sorry, boys. You wanted it.
The flame is now with you.
The flame
Forever.
is now with you forever." I fist bump you in the battlefield.
But we also realize how dark it is because we just murdered like a
Yeah,
bunch
this
of
is
children.
getting tragic and dark and sad.
Give a man fire, he's warm for a day. Light a man on fire, he's warm the rest of his life.
All right, Paluto, it's over to you.
And as I say that, old Caspian saying,
And you can hear Cassandra cry, "No!" as she watches them all burn away.
I
in the
gave her the
firewall.
option to walk away.
Yep. Pride.
Sandra.
Pride.
and her name was Cassandra. Can I assume they're on kind of like, are they both at 30 feet?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And are they close to each other?
They are in separate squares,
Okay.
but beside each other, basically.
I'm going to just huck my javelin
Okay.
at Cassandra.
Okay.
I get a... Pardon, 22?
A 22 is a hit on Cassandra
For 8 damage.
for 8 damage. Okay.
And then I get a 24
That is also a hit.
for 11 damage.
Okay. Nice.
And then there's no other guards around me, right?
No, there's a few other soldiers around. There's 5 that have survived. And we're going to have Jupiter and his men go at the end of the round. And
That's right.
yeah.
And also the Hooded Lantern.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
Hooded
yeah.
Lanterns.
Okay.
And Ansem.
Yeah.
Then that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Vale, you're up.
I just take one look at Cassandra and I say, "You wanted this mess." And I use my bonus action to Zephyr Strike to get advantage. And I take 3 shots at her.
Nice.
Here we go, Vale.
19?
19 is a hit.
Woo! And here come the dice.
Here come the dice.
This is what I was. Yeah. Oh, you want to go ranged? That's fine. Like, I hope you can fly 300 feet away. Nice.
$35 damage.
Oh my god.
Is that with one of your 3 shots?
That's the first
Nice. Nice.
Okay. Okay.
All
The
right.
muscle.
Yeah, you guys haven't even fought our muscle yet. Like, I'm not even the strongest one.
And then
And I killed the knight captain. You guys don't have a chance.
Second shot is only 12.
That's not a hit.
And third is less.
Oh, it's okay. It's
No.
okay.
And then I will use my feline agility to back up. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to use my feline agility. I'm just going to use the extra movement from Zephyr Strike. And then I'm going to climb the wall and up over to be beside Ansem.
Okay. And
I'm with you,
the hooded lanterns ask, Lord Commander, where do you want us to fire?
Go for the griffins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the hooded lanterns will break up their shots across both the Griffin riders. The Griffin riders have mounted combatant, so they take the shots themselves.
Yeah.
And so you've got 5 hooded lanterns on the field. 2 hit. 3 make hits, split up evenly between the 2 of them. So Owen gets crit by one of the hooded lanterns, and Cassandra gets hit twice.
Nice.
Okay.
Ansem is going to fire his crossbow at Cassandra, and he misses, unfortunately. So from the hooded lanterns shots, both Owen and Cassandra take 10 points of damage each. And the
That's like 20 solid
Jupiter Jones says to hit the Caspians, "Come on, boys, let's mop up the rest." And they charge forward against the other
This feels good.
other
This feels good.
Illyrians.
Me and Jupiter are in
Murdering
combat,
everyone.
Yeah.
killing
Wow,
all these
Pluto.
humans. This feels good. I feel good about this.
You know, I'm not mad about it.
And one of the last soldiers then she over there, the quivering squire, she screams out loud and races towards Sebastian and stabs him,
That's not a good
getting
idea.
a 17 and a 10.
I cast shield.
Okay.
I don't even look at her. I just like shield off to the side.
And I turn around and I smite her with my, and I get a 20 to hit
That hits.
for 10 damage.
Okay, you cleave her in twain.
I stab her through the stomach and I just pull it out as you shield it against her
And
attack.
I just go, thanks, man.
I got you.
Okay. And the Griffin Riders. The Griffin Riders, in rage, both fly down on, because who are they going to go for? They
So many options to kill.
are going to both decide that Sebastian has killed the most of their soldiers, and both of them go for Sebastian.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Getting a 20 to hit, a 22 to hit,
Ugh.
a 26 to hit,
Ugh.
and an 18 to hit.
The 18 misses because of my shield.
Okay.
The rest hits.
That's a good one.
You take 5 hits total. 3 hits total. 1 for 14, 1 for 7, and 1 for 11. And then they fly back up in the air.
I get pummeled with lances. I'm just like, no problem. Ah! And I just get like stabbed 3 times. And now I'm like,
I stop the little girl from attacking you, and then you get murdered. From
Yeah, you
this.
turn, dropping your guard, and stab the little girl, and then you turn back around, and I just have 2 lances sticking in me, and I'm like, Pluto?
I was protecting you. Do you have to make con saves
Yes, I do.
for your
First con save,
the Great Firewall?
17 for my first con save.
Okay.
That's going to be 20
Yep.
Well done.
and 19.
All saved. The firewall
job.
remains in effect. Sebastian, it's your turn.
They flew back up after they hit me. I back up a bit. And I hold out my staff of power. And I cone of cold upwards towards them. And this swirling vortex of an ice storm
Nice.
shoots out of the staff.
Okay, roll a wild magic surge because you are using the staff of power.
Right.
Oh yeah,
That's so
that does
fun.
that.
Forgot about that one.
Wild
It's fine.
magic.
I get a 96. What's the worst that could happen?
Potted plant. Potted plant.
You and all creatures within 30 feet of you gain vulnerability to piercing damage for the next minute.
No!
That's not good. They have piercing.
They have piercing weapons.
Wait. Does that include the Griffin Riders?
The Griffin Riders are in the
They're too
air.
far up.
They're too far up. Yeah.
It's okay. I'm still cone of colding them.
How far up am I?
You channeled the wild magic after getting stabbed, and the magic was like, "Oh, you like getting stabbed," and like made you more vulnerable to getting stabbed.
Okay. There you go.
I feel more in danger.
But you
How did they
so that's
get
good.
vulnerability to piercing? That's what you end up rolling against Griffin riding Lancers.
Should have
Yeah,
taken the
Lance-
potted plant.
I wish
would've
we had the
loved-
potted plant. I could have just kicked you.
Towards the Griffins, too.
All right, they need to make a Constitution saving throw at DC 17.
They both fail, and one of the Griffins succeeds.
All right, I need 4 more. Is that possible?
Yeah, they got 2 in there. 2, baby.
Here's 2.
2.
Yeah, I got it.
The sound of many dice.
All right, and yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Solid.
Yeah, Pluto, help me math.
Do the 10s.
You got this.
That was an 8. yeah.
So 10, 20, 8, 34, 42.
42 damage.
Okay, 42 damage.
He rolled like 5 8s on that.
So
No, you
Cassandra
rolled
has 6 hit points left.
4 8 to 5
6.
3, you know.
Yeah, she had 112. Okay, and so Cassandra's very bloodied, and Owen is extremely wounded as well, and Owen's Griffin is bloodied, but neither of them are dead. None of them are dead.
I yell, "You can still leave with your lives."
Can they?
Well, it's Veo's turn.
So maybe
sorry,
they
it's their soldiers. The surviving few soldiers down
Or
there.
me? Do I get?
Sorry, Paluto.
pardon. Because I'm just gonna
Maybe-
throw my
Exactly.
javelin
They can't.
at Cassandra.
Okay,
You can still leave with your lives.
20
that is a hit.
Javelin
for 8
flies.
damage.
She is slain.
So I look at her. I'm like, "You can still leave," and then this javelin just like flies up and hits
Nope.
her, and she falls.
Oh, you said it too late. Oh, you said it
I
too late.
turn to the other guy and I go, "You could still leave with your."
And I throw, and I get a 26 to hit, 28 to hit for 8 damage.
Pardon me.
28 to hit on Ant
The
who?
guy. The guy.
That is a hit.
For 8 damage.
Okay.
I guess they can't leave with their lives.
Yeah, you spoke too soon. That's my turn. Sorry. You can still. Oh. It was already in the air when you said
Yeah.
it. I can't help it.
It's fun.
Cool.
It's cool. I just wanted to be dramatic. They're dead now.
Alrighty.
This is what we've become.
So
she's dead.
She is dead. The
he
soldiers, but her griffin's still alive, so don't take her off the board. The soldiers fight against the Caspians. And
Caspia.
Do they all avoid the firewall, I'm guessing?
They do. They walk around it and fight. One of the Caspians is wounded, but these are veteran Caspian soldiers, so they are not cut down. And we go
Caspian.
now to Vale.
Okay, Vale. Gonna hop. Oh, sorry.
Oh, don't fall.
Nimbly
Yeah, she's hopping up on the wall.
throws it back down. Sorry.
And she aims at the Griffin Rider in the sky with her bow to take 2 shots. And before she does, she says, funny thing about light, there are some astral bodies in the sky that look dark, but they're so dark that they pull all the light in. You have made an enemy today. And she takes her shots. 19.
That's a hit.
That's gross. No, Veo.
18 damage.
Okay.
11.
To hit is a
Yeah.
miss.
Okay. And then she goes, good day. And she hops back down.
Okay.
And she, because she's behind this, could she hide with her bonus action?
Yep.
Or not bonus, yeah,
Yep.
with her cunning action. She hides.
And with that, the Hooded Lanterns continue their onslaught of shots, and with a hail of arrows, Owen is shot down, and the griffins fly off.
Bye, Griffins.
Do they have their riders still on them?
The riders fall. The riders fall, and the Caspians cut down the remaining Illyrian soldiers.
I'm gonna go towards Cassandra's body and check it for stuff.
Certainly.
I feel
Is she still like? Is there,
She is very dead because had she not been killed by the javelin going through her midsection, falling 30 feet off of a griffin onto the ground while you're unconscious would not be something that anyone would survive. Owen and Cassandra are both very dead.
there's a lot. We've really lost our diplomacy, and now it's full war.
Listen, we
I don't
tried
know
to
if-
talk it out. They didn't want
We did
to.
a polite duel, and then they
I've had enough with stubborn paladins. They just are going to get what they deserve now.
got to.
the saddest part of all of this is that our friend, the Knight Commander,
Was he really our friend, though?
He
If
was.
He put that much...
but he died so that none of their blood would need to be shed, and then they all just,
Yeah.
oh, let's go fight the Master Wizard, the Lord Commander, and the new Lord of Drakkenheim. That's a smart idea, you idiots. Oh.
Yeah, they.
Just think if he was really our friend, he wouldn't have put us in that awkward position.
Yeah, this is your fault. I point at his body surrounded by like burning corpses, and this is your
Oh,
fault.
no, his griffin took him off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
His
said
griffin took
you
off his
put-
body.
To where he would be.
I'm pointing
The
at,
only
like-
thing remaining actually is his warhammer.
I pointed his
Griffin,
warhammer.
Yeah,
Oh, who wants a warhammer?
because he threw down his warhammer and Virgil's blade, but his shield was strapped back to his arm.
I pick up the
Yeah.
warhammer and I hand it over. Hey, do you want a trophy for your murder?
Should I be walking around with this?
It was his survival.
And Jupiter Jones just says, "That was glorious, spectacular. The way you burned all those soldiers alive, Sebastian, was quite impressive. Where did you learn how to do that?"
I went to school.
Stay in school, kids.
We could,
Jupiter, you were great.
Indeed.
Thank
You
you.
didn't really save much left for us, but nonetheless, we got these
I think
ones.
it shows you that how strong we've become since, you
If you ever
first
want to
met
have a
us.
friendly duel again, you know.
Are you challenging me to a duel? God,
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
We're old pals now.
Never challenge a Caspian to a duel unless you're serious about it.
I challenge you to a drinking duel later.
You're going to eat those words, my friend.
Literally.
Probably.
Oh,
I'm not a very big man.
Guys, we have a serious thing to think about. Where is this circlet badge?
Oh.
Where's it going to be safe?
Well, with us.
Oh, we're just going to keep it with us?
Well, yeah, we were
I
keeping
mean,
the staff.
I can't have another one.
Well, then that's going to be Pluto's badge for now.
Well, I'll just hang on to it. I can't attune to anything if it is that way, but we'll have to investigate it and the Warhammer when we have some time. For now,
I was going to say, we can always give the Warhammer to your dad and he can make something out of it.
yeah.
Let's just rob all of these.
Can we rob all these people and throw them down that well that I can see?
it's a
It's a
fountain.
fountain.
You can,
You just start
I can still throw them in it,
toss
though,
them
right?
in the fountain.
There's no.
yeah,
They
if
just
you want
pile
to.
up.
Most of them are equipped with now burnt through chainmail armor and weapons and shields. The Griffin Riders both had holy symbols of the sacred fire. And in and amongst the group of them, you actually find 4 potions of healing.
Nice.
And a spell scroll of bless.
Ooh.
Take
Fancy.
that.
They weren't carrying any money on them.
Do you want the scrolls and then we can split the healing potions?
Yeah, sure.
Any shards?
You get 2 healing potions.
Okay,
No,
thank you.
they don't keep delirium with them.
Or they love to destroy it, right?
Yeah,
I don't like
yeah.
it.
I would like to say to all of the men that fought here, I know that we were all just joking and having a good time on these corpses, but I think in reality, Sebastian does kind of step forward and kind of faces everybody that fought here, and it's just like, well, everybody, this is not how we intended this to go down today. And it's sad that they were stubborn enough to continually push us to fight. There was no need for us to shed this blood, and the only thing that we can really hope for is that this bloodshed is a sign to the rest of the Silver Order that we are not to be messed with. And as long as we stick true to what we're standing for, we got to remember that we're here for Drakkenheim. And if people are going to try to push us around and burn this city to the ground, then we need to stand up for it. And unfortunately, standing up for it means that occasionally we have to be standing on a battlefield like this one, surrounded by all this death.
Our hands are going to get dirty.
But our allies will be our allies, and our enemies, regardless if they say they're friends, will be our enemies. We'll have to take them down.
I don't feel good about it, but yeah.
As long as we're doing it not for some gain,
You know,
we need to make sure it's for the right reasons.
absolutely. Killing trolls and gnolls and minotaurs is one thing, but having to burn down an army that you once fought beside just a few weeks ago, that's... feels a little dirty.
It's regrettable that we couldn't see eye to eye, but the reason why they were such a powerful friend is because they had such conviction. And there's a lot of respect that comes with it, but at the end of the day, they weren't going to let us just walk out of here. And they weren't going to let us continue doing what we were doing.
They pushed their conviction past to the point of foolishness.
Maybe we can convince the hierarch to eventually turn this holy quest off and go back to the way things were, but until then, they're our enemy.
Seems that way.
And they're bringing war to us.
Was this the badge that we were coming here for, that Jupiter mentioned, or is this a different
Is this what you were talking about, Jupiter?
Ansem speaks up and says, "That's it. That's the Lord Mayor's sign. This circlet, it said that the Lord Mayor could read people's minds.
Do we have any reason to go
It has the
exploring?
seal of Drakkenheim on it.
Oh, wait, I guess I don't have one right now.
Yeah, not currently. Do you want to read minds?
Could.
Even though you don't have a badge,
I can't
you
take
still
one that
have the
isn't.
office.
Ah.
Ansem, any reason to investigate this building? Have the Hooded Lanterns been through here?
No, we haven't. It's been occupied by trolls, and the Silver Order did our work for us. Looks like they took some casualties in the process, too. But we could certainly explore through this and see if we could find anything. I mentioned to the Lord Commander earlier, there might be archives. The archives still might be here, and they could have maps and schematics of the old city's sewer systems.
Yes.
Sewer maps.
Well, Jupiter, why don't you and your men keep guard out here? Let us know if anything happens, and we and the Hooded Lanterns will try to find anything important in this building.
The call sign is pork chops.
That's a curious call sign, but okay.
You're one of us now.
The doors of the common hall are open, and as you push and as you head inside, you can see that they after a vestibule hallway, they open up into the common house hall itself. So the whole building is called the common house hall, but then this is the common house hall inside, which is used as both a council chamber and a courthouse. So there is a large magistrate's pedestal with a great desk, and the room in here can be arranged such that there's benches all along the outside, and a petitioner can stand in the middle, and either petition the council, or the council can all speak to each other, or someone can be put on trial in this central room. There are doors leading off to the sides which have been broken open as well, and there are signs of battle inside, because as you come in the vestibule, you can see that there are canvases placed over the bodies of about 8 Silver Order soldiers. that essentially may have fallen in battle against the trolls here that were occupying this room. There's the filth of the troll's lair that has been built up in the center here, and that includes trash, refuse, the bodies of several animals, including ratlings and even several gnolls that they have been eating and feeding on. And they put in the center a large cauldron with a spit roast over it that has a now cold spit of several ratlings on skewers.
Oh.
That they've basically taken spears and put entire ratlings on them to cook
I mean,
them.
we've done that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not actually that
That was
weird.
like the first thing we ate in Drakkenheim.
Like rat kebabs.
Was rat kebabs. And now they're our friends. You guys want to eat these rats?
Yeah, let's eat these rats. We have
You heat them up. Oh, I can heat them up.
we have a way of either making friends and then eating them later, or making and then killing them later. Like it's like a pattern with
Are you
us.
saying what I think you're saying?
That
Are we eating paladins? No.
As you look around,
Wanna try
Vale,
a
it looks
paladin?
like the Silver Order moved through into this chamber, but it doesn't look like they have explored much else of the area aside from fighting down the other trolls here. It doesn't look like the Silver Order Knights have passed through onto the onto many of the other floors, although it's clearly that they obviously they have the Lord Mayor's circlet, so they may have gone up to his office.
Okay, so what? Sounds like they've only been down here, but we want to look for books and papers. That's really what we're after.
find the archives.
Archives. Yes. They might be up in the office themselves.
Well, I say with us on the Hooded Lanterns, we break off into small little groups.
All right. Groups of 3.
Groups of 3.
And I start to direct them off into groups of 3s, and then look at that.
How we end up together.
Examining around the rest of the building, so where are you guys going to head to? Are you going to head up to the office?
Yeah, let's
or
go to the
down?
office
Let's go to
because
the
we have at
office.
least the circlet.
Yeah. The upper levels of the building are largely untouched, aside from passing the corpses of a few people who were obviously here on the day the meteor fell, and most of their bodies have been stripped away as the trolls probably ate what remained of them. There's kind of the outlines of the blood scrapes that things have been dragged by from. You make your way up to the Lord Mayor's office, and the doors have been kicked open, and the lock smashed. And it looks like some of the papers were ransacked around. But looking around Vale, make an investigation check.
7.
You look about. The only thing you can tell is it doesn't look like the doors were smashed recently. It looks like they were smashed out a long time ago.
Looks like this wasn't the paladins. Maybe the thieves.
Yeah. There's not much remaining of the trolls either. They were burning their bodies and everything like that. So,
Do we have from our records a picture of what the mayor would have looked like?
yeah, there's a hall leading up to the Lord Mayor's office, and there are several pictures of the various Lord Mayors that have served the city, and you can see that the last Lord Mayor, a man named Omsbud, Grobular Omsbud. He was a very portly looking man, and he has the Lord Mayor's circlet on. All of them do, and he's smiling for the picture, but if there's any trace of him left or anyone that looks like this, there's no one else. As you get up to the Lord Mayor's office, you hear calls from the other Hooded Lanterns saying, "Looks like the building's clear."
And I say, did you find anything?
There's the archives down below and the holding cells. No one's alive in here, though.
Any bodies that resemble the previous mayor?
Nothing.
All right. We should head down to the archives.
Any like chests in here? Any dressers opened? Like,
There are several chests of drawers, and the Lord Mayor's office overlooks the square. So there's a shuttered balcony that looks out onto the plaza below. There are bookshelves all lining it, and a large mahogany desk and an upholstered leather chair. There is a pile of old cigars on the table, and there are several maps, documents, and various forms that it looks like the Lord Mayor was originally signing. Everything's been kind of tossed around in disarray in this room, and it looks like one of the trolls might have been using this room as a nest. And there are several locked chests of drawers in the Lord Mayor's office.
Do you want me to try to sleight of hand this?
that's okay. I have the key, and I whack the circlet on the.
Yeah, and the drawers open up.
There you go. I'm actually more surprised than anyone.
I have it ready to go. My tools in my hand. I'm like, all right.
I lean back and light one of the cigars and watch.
Yeah. Several of the drawers, as you open them up, largely contain records of marriages and court trials that the Lord Mayor oversaw personally.
Do you remember if he was in the picture of the royal wedding?
Yes, he would have been.
Grab them.
Yeah.
Wedding documents.
And as well, as you go through the archives in the other chambers here, you find the city construction records, which bear in them several different plans for various maps of the sewer system, revealing, as you look through the maps, you can actually see the progression of how the city of Drakkenheim expanded out, and that the sewer system was not entirely constructed by any one dynasty, but instead was built for Castle Draken long ago, and this is not an unknown fact, was once a dwarven citadel. And so many of the old tunnels that are now sewers form the basis for the sewer systems.
Interesting.
And several of them extend out past the city limits.
Yeah, maybe there's like some secret tunnel that maybe lead us right to where the queen's been using. Maybe she's been using these old tunnels.
Well, yeah, we found tunnels in her basement that were like caved in, and I mean, if we can just use this to pinpoint which ones lead there, that's a great way to sneak in a whole bunch of rattlings.
Alternatively, as well, when we think about the oncoming war, if these go past the city limits, imagine what we can do underground.
Delirium bombs.
Delirium bombs underneath armies.
Oh man.
I mean, hopefully we don't get to that point, but
The one map that
getting
you
to
happen
that
to find in the Lord Mayor's office notes that most of the sewers don't go. They go out from the river and extend out because the system is either meant to funnel water into funnel sewage into the river itself, or draw fresh water from further upstream. But one of them does note that there actually is one passage. It's not part of the sewer system. It's just a passage that goes underneath the river itself, deep underground. And you look at the maps, and you can see these are intact maps of the city that show what the South Ward looked like before the meteor hit. And there are sewer passages that would have passed under where the crater is now. That would have passed through that area. And series of tunnels that lead in the area of Buckle Down Row as well.
This is invaluable.
yes.
With your knowledge of the city, Veo.
What if people are watching us right now and they see us getting this?
Oh man, they are, aren't they? They probably also I was gonna think about hiding the fact that we murdered all those people, but they for sure know we murdered all those people.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Then we need to keep this for ourselves. Don't tell anyone we have it.
Yeah, because then the only way people will know that we have it is that we'll know that they were scrying.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's keep this.
I mean,
to
we
ourselves
assume they're
for a bit.
scrying, but we assume they know what we know. And
It'll be good to know maybe who does know. Like maybe we keep these secrets, and then that way we can figure out very quickly who's scrying on us.
That works for me. We got what we came for. Do we go back to the barracks now?
Yeah. Do you want to rest at the tower first? I need to feed my pigeons.
Is there anything else that we should do here while we're here?
I just realized. The Modrons. Could they be trying to fix to go home? Because we now saw them coming from the other dimension.
Potentially.
Aww.
That's something else to work on.
They're so sad.
Man, we never stole that one like Commander Modron.
I mean, they were all going a little crazy. It was a hectic moment in that tower.
We just had
I
to
don't
kinda
think
do
there's
it.
an
We just had to do
opportunity.
it.
Do you want to go back to the tower, or do you want to go straight back to the barracks?
Wherever I can take a rest.
Yeah, I could use a short rest.
Okay, let's head back to the tower for now.
Short being
Alrighty.
8 hours. Cool.
And that is where we're going to end for the night. Thank you all so much. A big thank you, as always, to our cast, Kelly, Jill, and Joe, for playing.
And a big thank you to Kyle for keeping things running behind the scenes.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thank you, Kyle. And also to our producer, Clayton, for keeping us all organized.
And a big shout out to Tabletop Audio. As always, our ambient music, check it out, tabletopaudio.com. I hope there was some epic music while we murdered our ex-friends. Check it out. It's free.
Be sure to visit our merch store at the links below of our Teespring store for things like Troll Killer, yes, and of course the Dungeon Dudes logo. Or you can check out bit.ly/Dungeon Dudes merch for all your faves.
If you're enjoying the show and want to help support our work, please check us out on Patreon. You can find it by following the links below or at patreon.com/dungeon_dudes.
We also have a phenomenal Discord community, so that is exclusive to our patrons. So join us on Discord so you can chat with us about all things Drakkenheim, all things D&D, all things nerdy. So check us out there and come hang out.
Yeah.
Kelly and I post new videos every Thursday on our YouTube channel where we cover everything Dungeons & Dragons, including advice for dungeon masters and guides for players. You'll also find prior episodes from this campaign available for your viewing pleasure there as well.
Be sure to join us live next Tuesday when we record the campaign live on Twitch. Check us out at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/dungeon_dudes. You can also watch the video episodes of the show on YouTube.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Dungeons of Drakkenheim.